Look at this, all of you like discriminatory fools. Like I just got tipped $100.
That's the nicest way to say a racist. You discriminatory fools.
Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting discussion sometimes. I'm Haran. I'm back with the boys, Tarun, Christian, and Harsha. And this week we got a special guest. Her name is Maitri. I'll let her introduce herself to the podcast.
Hi, I'm Maitri. I have known Haran and Harsha since high school and Tarun from a long time ago. And I met Christian a couple of years ago. I don't know. What do you guys want to know about me?
Everything.
So what are you up to nowadays?
I am a second-year med student at UVA, so that takes up my entire life, and that's all I do.
Yeah, I heard you're a triple who. Can you elaborate on what the hell that means?
Yeah,
Who?
I went to UVA for undergrad and my master's, and now med school. And everyone I talk to thinks I'm going to become a quadruple who, which means staying here for residency, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Would you say you know like Charlottesville inside and out now? Just like spending so many years there now.
I feel like I keep discovering new places. Like I thought I knew it, but like in undergrad, I feel like we really only stayed like on grounds, like anywhere that was walkable. And then after med school started, I feel like I started discovering like wineries and breweries. And then now, like, my friend took me to, like, a thrift shop last week that I'd never even heard of. So I feel like it's just, like, a quirky place where, like, you never really see everything. So not really.
I have to translate here for some of our listeners that have never been to UVA. They have some weird-ass terminology for some stuff that goes on at their school. When she says grounds, she means campus. And they also refer to themselves as, like, first, second, and third instead of, like, freshman, sophomore, junior, that kind of stuff. So I may have to translate further on, but so far, that's all I know. So
Well, I guess
that's all I can help
I feel
with.
like for med school, they do say like first, second year, right? I don't know about that.
I think so. Yeah, but yeah, we're funky with our undergrad. It's because our good old friend TJ decided that learning is a lifelong process that never ends. So you should never end it. You should just keep counting the years.
So why you start at 1?
That's a good, yeah, we kind of do a couple years of education before that. It should be like 13. Like I'm at 13.
As they say, we're still learning, Harsha. It's okay.
So if you went to residency as well at UVA, that means how many years would that be? Would you have gone to school under the influence of Thomas Jefferson? Because you went to TJ as well.
Oh, wow.
Under the influence of Thomas Jefferson.
Whatever. Under the tutelage?
It's like a
I don't know.
drink.
What do you want to say?
Like right now with med school, it's 12. And then with residency, it would be between 15 and like 17.
Holy shit.
Oh my
So you've been
God.
12 years under the influence? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's almost a whole, what do they call it? A score of Thomas Jefferson, bro. That shit's crazy.
A score.
A score.
Wait, if it was 15 to 17 years, how old would you be by the end of residency?
Bro, that's like,
Oh gosh, I'm supposed to be 26 when I graduate med school. So like 29 or 31, depending on what field I go into.
Oh, that's so much of your life.
Why are you
So
doing this,
far.
Harsha? Why are you being so
Why?
mean?
Dude,
No,
I
like
know.
17 out of 29 is like a lot. Huh?
Yeah, but
it's
imagine
a
doing
lot.
something you care about, you know? The time flies.
Yeah, I can't actually.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you care about it, right, Maitri?
I think if I didn't care about it, I would have got into something a little easier.
Yeah.
And something that paid me money instead of taking away 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough.
So how is med school going? Like, is it as bad as some people say, or is it not too bad? What's your experience been?
I feel like it's really different. Like it's a lot of like you have to study because like you have to study. Like there's a lot of like self-responsibility where like you can let it creep up on you and then it'll like literally kick you in the ass like for the last week. But like you really have to like kind of take charge of your own studying, and it like it's weird because like when you say it out loud, like during my preclinical years, which is like the first year and the second year of med school, like the textbook learning years, I feel like I spent like between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. studying with like food breaks and like maybe a gym break or something, but like literally 12 hours a day. And like that was like almost every day. And then I would take like occasionally like Saturdays off and like half of Sundays, but like when you say it out loud, it sounds crazy, but it just kind of becomes like your normal. Yeah, I don't know.
Because like my sister is in med school right now as well, and for her it's kind of just like waves of like stress, and then like it's like a week of chill, and then it's like 2 weeks of stress, and then a week of chill. Is it like kind of similar there as well?
Yeah, I think so. Like we do this thing where we go like every 4 weeks ish. We have an exam. It depends on like what unit we're doing, what organ system, but like it's about every 4 weeks. So you like have like usually the first 2 weeks are pretty chill, and then by the third week you start to ramp up, and then the last week right before the exam is like really rough, because like we also do this pretty cool thing. I actually think it's cool. We have like this thing called flex testing. So like we take tests, they open at noon on Friday and close at noon on Sunday, and you can take it in any one sitting between Friday and Sunday. So like the weekdays leading up to the exam are pretty rough, because you're like still learning new material, and then you have to start studying. And I like taking them on Friday, so then I have Saturday and Sunday completely off, like because then we go right back to the grind on Monday, and it sucks. And so I've always been kind of like more of a Friday or like Saturday morning test taker, which means like the last week of cramming is like really rough.
I feel like with test schedules like that, at least I notice with myself, is like when there's a lot of quizzes or tests, it's almost like a game to me. Like I don't retain the information because I'm just studying for the test. Do you ever feel like that? Like you don't actually, you study for the score, not like to actually learn it?
Kind of. I think like one cool thing is like, because we're pass fail, I don't really remember a lot of like stupid, like small detailed knowledge. Like I try to learn like the big picture stuff. And like they say that in med school, like you're drinking from a fire hydrant. Like that's like the literal analogy, that you like have a fire hydrant shooting at your face and you're just trying to drink as much water as possible. And that's kind of like true. Like right now we're doing our weird like transition course. Like these 2 weeks that we're in right now is like trying to bring all the systems together and kind of like generalize everything. And so like they'll give us this like very generalized symptom, like, oh, this person has nausea, and then you have to go through like everything that it could be. And it's I don't know, it's kind of, I forget what the question was. This is what my med school brings up. I forget what I was talking about.
I guess I was just asking if you like actually retain the information after your test, or if
You
you're
just
just
have to.
yeah.
It's like different, because like you're gonna have to like, be able to apply it, at some point.
Yeah.
So if you don't
Yeah.
know it, then that person's screwed, and you're also screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that I don't want to kill my future patients, so I try to work really hard.
Well, I think it being pass fail and not like actual A, B, C, D, whatever, is actually a lot better, right? So like, I'm assuming pass, like you only have to get like 65 or something like that.
Ours is a 70, but yeah.
That's straight. That's not
But
bad.
I guess like going along with what Tune was saying, because like in med school you're learning so much material. Like, does it kind of build upon it like itself? Like, so that, because I feel like if you're learning so much material, like whatever you learn in the first 2 weeks might just like kind of just like disappear in your mind.
Yeah, like each organ system builds upon each other. Like this, each section of 4 weeks like builds upon each other, because like first you learn like basic anatomy of it and like physiology of the cells and like how they work, and then you learn about like everything that could go wrong. But in terms of like actual organ systems, like I really truthfully and unfortunately don't remember a single thing about like the GI system. Like I can't tell you what blood in the poop means anymore. Like I literally forget. But
that was
also,
my
like,
follow-up question, damn it.
Like I've actually would like some free medical advice if you're available. It's but I've heard that like a lot of med students, like you try to gain as much as you can during preclinical, but you learn so much more like when you're on the wards and like you're on rotations and actually learning like through patients and real people, because it's just so much more practical.
So now that you're in med school, like have your family or like friends not in med school have asked you for medical advice if they're feeling anything, feeling sick?
I don't think they really asked me for like medical advice. Sometimes me and my roommate will like joke around to each other when we like have a fever or something. We're like, oh my God, do you have staph? Or like, do you like, we'll just like kind of play around with it, but it's like a joke. But I've like, ever since I was in high school, I used to have like relatives be like, oh, when you go into medicine, like I'm going to hit you up for those prescriptions. And I was like, dude, what if I go into like peds or like psych? Like, I don't think you want my prescriptions.
Yeah, so moving away from like the curriculum aspect, like how's your class, like your medical class? Is it like cutthroat? Or, like I met some of your like the people in your class, and they're pretty chill. The ones that I met, at least. But do you hang out mostly with like med school students outside of like school time or?
Yeah. I really like the people in our class. Like, I think also it being pass fail is super nice. Like, no one's really trying to like push anyone else down to get ahead. Like, we're all just kind of like really happy for each other and whatever we're accomplishing and doing, and everyone's really supportive, both academic wise and outside. And then also because we're pass fail, I feel like we actually have a lot more like freedom in like doing things that make us happy. So like I get to spend a lot of time with my classmates. Like last Sunday we went to Richmond and like brewery hop for a friend's birthday and just like enjoyed like exploring Richmond. And we do a lot of like we have a tradition in our house where we do we watch The Bachelor or Bachelorette every week, and we make mozzarella sticks and we invite all our gal pals to come, and we crowd in our living room and gossip about these humans that we literally do not know a single thing about. But yeah, I feel like the people are really great. And I thought I was going to be in this like super weird position because I still have friends from undergrad who are younger than me who are still here. But like, honestly, I don't really see them around as much just because like when I am doing something like fun, sometimes it's super spontaneous and it's like easiest to do with other like med school friends just because they're usually in the same boat as I am.
Actually, real quick, going back to the Bachelor thing, like I just posing a question, like do people watch The Bachelor like by themselves? I feel like it's only good to watch if you're like in a group of people. I feel like you're kind of crazy if you're watching.
But
that
you can't
show by
watch it
yourself,
like
every week.
unironically. Like if you're watching The Bachelor,
Yeah,
to like
I mean, like,
actually
you watch
find
with a
out
group of
they're like,
people to be
oh, are they
like,
gonna be
yo,
in
what-
love? You know?
Exactly, yeah. But like, I feel like you gotta watch with a group of people. Or if you're watching it solo, like a whole season by yourself, I think it's kind of a little weird behavior, in my opinion. I don't know.
Why are you throwing
I
shade
think-
at
yeah.
Harsha?
Yeah, don't kill shame, bro.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single episode of any of those.
Yeah, any
you,
of those.
Tara?
Yeah.
Yeah, any of
This guy.
all of them. Wait, what are they actually? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely more fun to watch with a group. I feel like if you're watching it alone, then you're either like a little too invested in the love story or like really have nothing better to do. I have
You're
this
just
bad
living
habit.
vicariously through them.
Yeah.
Like, through
Yeah,
their
maybe.
experiences.
Honestly, those dates are fire, dude. Like before COVID, there was this one time where they went up on this plane and it was like zero gravity. That shit cost like $5,000 a minute or something, and they just like fling money at these dates. It's so cool. But then there was
Insane.
another date that same season where he like took her to Costco. So I was
Yeah.
like, you either win or
Hey,
you
that's
lose. Like, you're a
that's husband
contestant.
material. That's husband material right there.
Harsha, take notes.
Yeah.
If I was on that show, I'd just like pick stuff that I want to do. Like I don't even give a shit about the dates. Like just like zero gravity. I want to go skydiving. Just like go down my
I don't
bucket
think you
list.
get to pick, Tarun. If you're a contestant, you're like, oh shit, take me anywhere. Like,
No. Wait, what?
No,
Doesn't the
if
guy
he's the
pick,
Bachelor,
like, what the date is?
or the-
If he's the Bachelor,
why do you
doesn't he
get to
pick-
be the Bachelor? The Bachelor has to be in a contestant on the previous season, usually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
yeah,
I'm just
but
saying
usually.
in a fucking theoretical sphere.
Theoretical.
Okay.
True, I get so worked up
If I
about
was
this.
on
Man.
the, she came at me like
He applied.
You could never be on The Bachelor.
No, dude, you just be on one season. Knowing you'll probably just get yourself eliminated in the first week, and then you call back for the next
Respect.
season as a bachelor. Yeah.
Wait, that's kind of fucked, man. I think Tara would make it pretty far.
No, I
Thanks,
just feel like-
Harsha.
no, 'cause
At
At least
Yeah.
as someone who's
Yeah.
not seen the show, your opinion clearly matters a lot to me.
No, because like Tarun's end goal is just to be a bachelor, right? So he'll just do whatever it takes to get out of the show early.
Nah, dude,
I-
those people get
Oh.
ratted out. The public hates them. They're like, you're here for the fame, and like, you can't be one of those people. You have to go in looking for love, get your heart broken.
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty
crowd
sure
sympathy.
Tarun follows into the first category rather than the second category. I'm not sure why.
Tarun, first thing Tarun talked about their podcast. They're like, he's out.
Dude, I saw one clip of some girl, like it was The Bachelor, right? And some girl like met this dude for like the first time, and she put on like some sort of accent, either British or Australian.
Oh,
And then when it
I've
cuts to
seen
like
that
the
clip.
scene of like the post like talk thing with the whoever that is, she was like, "Oh yeah, it's a fake accent. I just want him to
Oh,
like
yeah. I saw
remember
that,
me
I
or
saw
something like that." Oh, what the fuck?
That's some crazy. That's psycho behavior.
There's some girl
Could
from
you
like
imagine?
Kansas, and she put on like an Australian accent. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, who do you think you
Wait,
are?"
Tarun, you just walking with your British accent, bro.
I know. I'm here for love, innit?
Oh my god, is that
And then all
British?
these women.
Is that
women just-
British? Yo.
I said in it, so it has to be.
Tarun's getting violated on this podcast.
I know.
What else is new?
But also going back to something you said before that, Richmond. I heard you did something crazy in Richmond recently, in like the last month or so.
What kind
Do you
of
mind
insider
telling-
information
At
do
first,
you
when you
have?
said that, I was like, "Oh shit, what did I do in Richmond?" I was like, "Did I get arrested?" I was like, "No, I didn't. Yeah, I ran my first and probably last marathon.
That's
Oh.
actually insane.
That's crazy.
Congrats. That's
Wow.
Congrats.
Since
Thank
it was your
you.
last,
Should we
does
sound a
that
little more?
also-
Should we sound more sincere with our congrats?
Well,
That's so
bro,
dead.
I mean, all of us together probably couldn't run a fucking marathon, so our opinion on it doesn't really matter.
I'll get the point 2 of it.
the last
The-
point.
the last point.
He's like Usain Bolt. He's running the last leg. But yeah, how long did you have to prep for that? I know you've been doing like long distance running in the past, but I guess I feel like the marathon is the biggest like thing ever. So yeah, how did you
The
prep for
longest, yeah.
that? The longest, yeah,
The biggest.
the longest.
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I just meant like the biggest thing you can achieve in the sport.
Yeah,
of long
yeah,
distance
yeah,
running.
yeah.
Oh no, I mean there's like shit longer. I just think those people.
Yeah,
are,
but we
like,
don't
actually
we don't
crazy.
recognize those people.
Yeah.
Yo,
we don't
what are we,
they're
the
paying
marathon
for it
committee?
now.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's talking about the Iron Men and Women, you know? right?
Yes.
Like that's like or triathloners.
And like
or
ultra
whatever.
marathoners who do like
Yeah.
50 miles or whatever.
50
And,
miles.
Oh my
Dude,
okay,
I
yeah, let's
saw,
not no.
A video showed up on recommended the other day. It was like 100-mile something or other in like Sweden. Like this dude did 100-mile run.
Sweden,
Oh my
100
God.
miles long.
I was like, why? He was like shitting in ponds and stuff like on the way.
Oh god.
We get to, like, I was like, damn, what?
Was
Oh
that
my
part
God,
of your
yeah.
prep work?
no, no. But there was this super funny sign while I was running, and it was this woman, and her sign said, 1 in every 100 people who run a marathon poops their pants, and it said, smile if you're one of them. And of course, people were laughing at this freaking sign, and then she kept trying to call people out. She's like, oh, you pooped in your pants? You pooped in your
Oh
pants?
my god.
What a menace to society.
Yeah. But I trained for a while. I started training in January, and I ran it in November. So we trained for 11 months.
God.
And I did do some cross country and stuff back in high school, but honestly, like since like the 4 years of undergrad and like the first year of med school, like I really didn't run.
Hey, how about
So I
that
kind of-
senior run you guys did? That me and Trin flaked on.
Oh wait, was it the 4th year 5K thing?
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just for some
why-
context, like our gang from Tech went to go visit Maitri and her friends at UVA, and basically there was like a 5K run that we're all gonna do together, which was like what Saturday morning or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
morning. But we decided to go out the night before because we're like, oh yeah, we'll make it. We won't drink that much. And then it came that time. Like I remember like sleeping because I slept on the floor of their apartment, or not the floor. It was like whatever on the couch, and I
I was
hear.
like, I feel like we gave you a couch. You
Yeah,
made
yeah,
it
yeah.
sound like
You gotta
degenerate.
dis-
But it was like,
Like,
it was like that.
we just
It was
gave
the
you some
sus ass one though.
hardwood.
It was the sus ass one, the one that had like a hole in the middle. Or
Oh yeah. The one that
Yeah.
Oh
sinks
my god,
in.
we had this
Yeah.
couch with like the wooden pillars in the middle were broken, so like your head and your feet were elevated, but your butt was like at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
I hate that couch.
Yeah. But anyway, I just remember like at 7 a.m. waking up, or like not waking up, but like half awake. I can't. What are
Half
you
weak.
laughing at? I was just looking at Harshi's just.
No, I was,
smiling
I was
like
laughing
this.
at Harsha, not at you.
No, I know, but Harshi's looking at me like this with his head tilted and smiling. I was just thrown off.
You just lost, and you got lost in your eyes, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm,
back
Oh,
to
I'm
our
sorry.
I'm too dreamy. What was I saying?
Man's got
You're
too hot
half
on
awake.
himself.
Basically, me
Half sleep.
and Turn woke up late, or I guess we woke up on time. We were like, we're not doing this, so we're back to sleep.
Yeah.
My three, who actually came out with us the night before, she got up, and I think like another friend also went as well. So shout out to them. Me and Turn suck. That's all we need to say about that.
I mean, we kind of knew that
Wait, did
already, though.
Did you say that you said earlier that we trained like you did this with other friends as well, or?
Oh yeah, so we ended up having like a good number of people in our class who did it. Like I think like 10 of my classmates ran the marathon, and then like 2 or 3 ran the half in Richmond. Like we all were all doing it. But then
Wow.
one of my good friends, like in my inner circle, like me and her started training together in January. So like we've been training together for the whole time.
So what made you decide to start training for a marathon?
Honestly, it was kind of just on my bucket list for like things to do before I die. And then I thought it would be like kind of cute if I did 26 miles before I turned 26. Haha. But then I realized that like that's when I finished med school, and med school is kind of hard and it just gets harder. So I was like, I'm
I
just
see,
gonna
I
do
see.
it now.
Respect.
It's great that you decided to start training in the coldest month. But shout out
Yeah.
to you.
But like in theory, then I didn't have to do it again in the coldest one. So like I just we
Fair.
got the worst part out first. But then the summer was really bad too. Like we used to have to do like 10 to 12 mile runs in like 90-degree weather, and it was
Oh.
death.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister ran the half marathon that day of the full marathon.
Oh,
Or
nice.
East Marathon, yeah. But so like yeah, what was like the feeling after you finished? Was it like relief? Were you dead? Are your legs still
you poop?
like, dead? Did you poop?
I didn't poop. Important questions. I didn't poop or pee my pants, which is very impressive. But honestly, it was just kind of like I finished and I was like, I do this thing where I don't really I have to rally. So as soon as I finished, I was like, okay, I have to go see everyone who came to support me. And so I started like walking towards everyone, and then my parents and like Shrieker, they were like, okay, you should just like sit down and drink some water. And I was like, yeah, I'll get to it. And they're like, no, like sit, drink water, and then we'll go. And so then I sat down, and then it took me a long time to get back up because I was very sore. My knees hurt. I think that's the
Mhm.
worst part of running that many miles is like, yeah, your legs hurt, but like, dude, your knees are like shot after that. They like feel like they're like they can only go straight. Like you can't bend them. It's terrible.
That's literally me if I run more than like 3 miles. So it's not great.
What would you say was the easiest mile and what was the hardest mile?
And which was the longest mile?
The longest mile was probably like somewhere between like 20 and like 24. So like our training plan went up to like 20 miles. So like up till there, I was like not doing great, but I was like fine. But then as soon as I hit 20, like I like hit rock bottom, and it was very bad. But I think
Turn, why are you
mile,
laughing?
Yeah, why are you
'Cause this is-
laughing? Turn?
You
This
like
is
laughing at
idiot.
your pain?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. This idiot Haran asked what the longest mile was, and you had like a serious answer to that. But
And
It
he
was a
just
serious
wanted-
question. I was being
No,
he
no,
was
serious.
no,
making
no,
a joke.
no, no,
He was
no,
making
no,
a
no.
joke because all miles are the same length.
Yeah, but she was answering it legitimately. Why you just respect her
I
answer,
was
man?
like,
What's
it's
wrong
a
with you?
feeling. It's a
No.
feeling.
Yeah, it's a
Her
feeling.
answer,
It's a whole
100%, but your
it's a whole
question,
saying. You guys don't
man,
get it. You
shame
guys are
on you.
runners like me and
Shame
Mike
on
three,
you.
all right?
Anyway,
I'm sorry
sorry
for
for
being
the
so
disrespect.
Yeah.
Physically, they were all the same. Emotionally, 20 to 24 forwards.
Did you guys like keep pace with each other, or was it like you and your friend kept pace with each other? Is that how you guys did it? Or
No, sadly, I lost her at like mile 5.
wow,
Um,
you're just really fast, huh?
Well, no, but also for like some weird reason, I got
Yes.
like faster with
Oh.
my miles.
Oh.
You got faster
Wait,
with your miles?
What do you like
Yeah.
a car
That's
accelerator? Whoa, that's insane.
I don't know. But yeah, I broke 5 hours and now I'm done. I feel like that was a good time to get, and I feel happy.
You got to train for the New York Marathon next year. That's your goal.
No.
No, you're gonna do it. I believe. If you're getting faster too,
no,
sky's
I'm
the
good.
limit. Sky's the limit.
No, the limit was achieved. This was the limit.
Wait, what does that mean though? If you like, let's say you ran like a 7-minute mile the first mile, if you kept accelerating, what is your last mile? Like a minute?
When
No,
did you
wait.
think-
How quickly did she accelerate?
Bro, that would be she's going 60 miles an hour. What the fuck
Imagine
do you
she just
mean?
goes on electric. She just goes on electric scooter by the end of the last mile.
Like, no, I went from like running like an 11:30 pace to running like a 10-minute pace by the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not like a 1-minute pace. What the fuck? Like, you're
Maybe
going
she
to
found an
accelerate
extra
that fast.
300 horsepower and just was like, oh yeah, we're going to overdrive.
Oh my god.
So after the marathon, how long were you sore for?
Probably like four days.
That's
Like,
it.
I would
The
imagine
stairs were
months for
really
me.
bad.
Dude, you have so
stairs.
much potential, man. You should just drop med school and just go represent our
Haran
country.
will be your trainer.
Yeah, I'll be a
Haran
trainer.
will-
I'm seeing potential here.
I think you should run one, and then you should tell me to do another
I
one.
should. Hey, next time you do it, when you do it next time, I'll be there for the last 0.2 mile. Me and Harsha will do the last 0.2 miles with you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll
cool.
split it. I'll do 0.1. He'll do the last 0.1.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll
I'll shit my
sponsor it.
pants.
Point 2.
Oh,
And I'll shit my pants.
we'll sponsor it too. Like, you know, how you have the number like on the piece of paper. We'll just like write a little ad in the bottom so that they know that like you're sponsored by a podcast. You know?
Yes, sir.
Right, of course, free advertising. How
I
could
mean,
we
that's
do
the only kind we can accept, honestly.
Wait, that'd be kind of hype. Our first sponsored athlete. You know what I'm saying?
that?
Ooh.
What do they call like NIL deals? Yeah, we can. We can definitely lose money on that.
I'm seeing dollar signs here. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Okay. Yeah, pay my $100 registration fee. Woo.
We are denouncing our sponsorship.
give us some time.
We'll be meeting other athletes promptly after this.
What if we just like duct tape a speaker to her back and then we just play the podcast in full blast?
Dude, and then you could beat so many more people because everyone's just gonna leave because they'll be like, what is this shit? And then they just leave the race.
Oh,
But will they run faster or slower?
that's a good idea. Damn, that's a good point.
It can go both ways.
There's only one way to find out, though.
Haran, what's the distance between Palo Alto and San Francisco?
I don't know, like
Is
40.
it 26.2?
I don't think so, no.
You should run it anyways. That should be your
Were you
training.
hoping me to say yes to that?
Yes, yeah.
But your whole thing was banking on the fact that it was 26.2 miles exactly between...
Or 26, and I'll run the 0.2. Yeah, basically.
Nah, dude, I can't do long distance running. I'm very, very shy at running more than like 3 miles.
Would you rather run on a treadmill or outside?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, I feel like whenever I run on a treadmill, I find it easier. But yeah, I guess running on a treadmill is easier. Cause like outside, like depends on the conditions, right? Like if a lot of time I run.
Okay, would you rather run on a treadmill or like a track that they have indoors,
I haven't run on an indoor track before.
like at the Y or something?
I've never been to the Y.
They had it at Tech too.
Why?
Okay, I never run an indoor track, I guess.
But just imagine.
Are you saying like wait, what are you trying to get at? Like what I'm looking at?
Well,
while
'cause,
I'm
like-
running? Is that-
You're saying the conditions, right? So the indoor track takes away the conditions.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I guess either is fine then. I assume. I mean, I've run around a track before outside, and I don't get like that's fine.
Wait, so you think the conditions of you running on a track outside versus you running like on a road outside, that's different?
No. I'm saying like I guess I don't know what Christian's trying to say. I think he's saying like what's better. Like do you get like
Like the weather. No weather issue.
yeah, but he's saying like if you get
inside.
bored on running on a track or bored on running on a treadmill, is that what you're trying to say?
Well, okay, so like running on a treadmill, you're running in place,
yeah.
and running on a track, you are technically running in the same place, but you're still turning.
Yeah. So
And-
what I'm saying is like when I run on a track outside, like not like anything to do with the weather conditions, like I don't mind it. Like it's fine. I don't really have a preference between that or a treadmill. Sorry.
So really, we have learned nothing from this question.
yeah, I know. I don't know
Yeah.
why this question.
Because I would rather run on a treadmill because I don't like having to do the turns.
I feel cool when I do the turns though. Sometimes.
But you drift,
So you-
Haran?
yeah. Yeah, do a little drifting action. Oh God, what is this conversation?
I'd rather run outside for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I agree with Harsha. I feel like outside is so much more interesting.
As a non-runner myself, yeah, I'd prefer outside for sure.
I think we've set back the running game like 15 years just based on this conversation alone.
Maither, since you're running for like 5 hours, like what do you listen to? Or do you just like not listen to something?
No, I usually have have you guys heard of the Big Booty Mix?
Yes. I
Oh,
think
of
I-
course. I'm
Harsha has.
It's good stuff. It's this DJ who makes like 1 hour long remixes, and so I just have like 4 of them lined up.
Hmm.
That's crazy. Is it like EDM or something? Or
No, it's like more like you know, like radio, like songs on the radio, so like really
Yeah.
like what's like popular, and then he just like mixes them all together.
that's pretty cool. Okay.
Ron, you know how Harsha asked you about the distance from San Francisco to Palo Alto?
No.
Oh, well, he did. But do you know the distance between this half of the episode and the other half of the episode?
No, what is it?
I don't know. We're going to find out during the ad break. We'll be right back.
We're back from the ad break, and now we figured out the distance between San Francisco and Stanford. Haran, what'd you say it was? What was your guess?
I was saying like 45 miles.
Yeah, you should run 45 miles. You'll make it, yeah. You need the extra 12 miles because it's actually 33 miles. But you know what's farther than 33 miles? The
What?
distance
34?
between Charlottesville and
Oh.
Spain.
Whoa. Are we talking about Spain, Harsha?
Somebody went to Spain here.
yeah,
Mike,
Christian
did
won't
you
shut the
s-
fuck up about... Oh, sorry.
Oh, right. Besides Christian, though, actually, though.
Anyway.
Maither, I heard you studied abroad in Spain for a semester.
I did. I like how you said somebody here. Like, have you guys ever heard of Russell Peters' thing where he
Yeah,
goes,
somebody.
we don't know who, but like somebody.
Classic.
But yeah,
How was it?
I did. It was good, and in a very annoying, super undergrady way of saying it. Like, it changed my life. It was really good. I spent the fall of my third year there, so I got to hang out with a lot of different people, meet some locals. Like, was really close to my host family. Ate some really freaking good food, even though Spain's not really for vegetarians. Like, would not super
True.
recommend it for people who don't eat meat. It's a very meat heavy place. It's funny. There's this funny story I think of. My host mom was so sweet, and she took me to like she had a daughter, and like her daughter's like fiance's house, and so I met like her daughter's like future like parents-in-law or whatever. And we were all like having dinner together, and they made paella, which is this like super good rice dish that's like very well known in Spain. And then they were told that I was vegetarian, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it, cool. And so then they made their paella with everything, like with rabbit and like liver and like all this
What?
stuff.
Wait, what? I thought,
Hey, yo,
I thought
that's
paella was just
that's
with
no.
seafood. I thought-
That ain't
I thought paella was only
authentic. What
seafood.
the
I didn't
fuck?
know that.
Hey, yo.
No, this is like Valenciano, like paella. Like,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
very unique. Like, I'm pretty sure it had like pieces of rabbit. I don't know which organs, but it had pieces of rabbit.
Hey, yo.
The ear?
Huh?
No.
Was it the ear?
Dog.
No, I feel like it was like an inner organ. Like, I feel like it was like a liver or like a kidney or something. But anyway, they made it. And I was like, oh, cool, where's the vegetarian one? And they're like, here. And they just took it, but like didn't take the meat parts and like just put it away. And I was like,
Oh no.
you know what? It's fine when in Spain. And so then I just had my rabbit paella.
Holy shit! You ate rabbit.
Respect.
Well, I didn't
Respect.
eat the meat.
Dude, that's
I ate
crazy.
like the
Oh.
juices, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah,
came
yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Your secret safe. Your secret safe on this podcast. Don't worry.
Unless you guys go viral, then it's not, but that's okay. I was
Don't
like,
worry about
this
that.
isn't the worst secret.
Don't worry about that.
If you made it this far in the episode, make sure you go to my three's Instagram and say rabbit eater on comment on all
Oh
their
my
pictures.
god.
Oh my god. I feel like so many people would be so confused. But also, you should totally do that so that we can encourage more people to listen.
Wow. New
Yes,
promo.
sir.
She's
She's
back
already
as
a
the
great-
sponsored
she's already a
athlete.
I know.
I'm so
Sponsor
good.
you.
I'm telling you, just sponsor
Wait,
me.
you want to be
I'll
our you want to be our manager?
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
want to be
say
our
that.
manager also? Give
We're
yourself
looking
your
to
own deal.
upgrade.
Then you can pay yourself for the registration fee because you're our manager. You can negotiate with your.
This is gonna be a new record for Bhavna getting hired, and rehired, and fired in the span of 20
Bro,
minutes.
it lasted about 2 episodes.
Wait, so you fired her and you hired someone for 2 episodes and then
No,
took her
no,
out?
no.
No.
She's been our manager on and off, but more off than on, I guess.
Hmm.
But I guess this episode we rehired her for a hot second, and now she's fired.
Yeah,
again.
she got hired like for the 3rd time or 2nd time 2 episodes ago, and now when in Rome, when you have an opportunity to upgrade,
Yeah.
she'll be put on notice.
She probably won't like that I was the upgrade, but that's okay.
I
No,
mean,
she-
we
she's
replaced
very
her with
upset.
another
She's
one
very-
of her friends last time, so it's just kind of circle of life thing.
Oh,
Yeah, she's been
damn.
very upset
Wait, who was
about
it last
this.
time?
for a
Christina.
while. Yeah.
Way.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
You,
Way.
you understand it, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
understand.
It's a business
her
decision,
charisma.
at the end of the
It's a-
day.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
charisma
we're
thing.
violating Bhavna.
I love you, Bobs. Don't kill me.
But yeah, back to the more important stuff. What was like the standout city in Spain that you went to?
Ooh, honestly, I got really like attached to Valencia. Like I
The rabbit.
know like a lot of people are super like big fans of Madrid and Barcelona, but like I feel like Valencia was just this like very cute place that had like a lot of like nice things to do and like very quirky like bars, and like they have this like huge adult park in the middle of they have this park that used to be a river, but then they like evacuated the river in like the 1900s or something because it kept flooding the city, and now it's like this huge park like just that runs through like the center of the city. So it's just like this very like homey place with like a lot of families, and I keep saying, and it's really close to the beach, and it's just like a perfect place, and the weather's always like 70 degrees with a breeze. Like it's like where I would want my dream vacation home to be.
Did you stay there most of the time, or did you like move around while you were there?
Oh no, I was definitely traveling a bit. I was in like pretty much all of Spain. Like I did Granada. I did like up north. I did the Camino de Santiago for like 10 days, like the big hike and through like northern Spain.
Mm.
I did Madrid, Barcelona. I did Sevilla. I also went to a couple like other countries in like in Europe. Like a couple of us went to like Amsterdam for a weekend. I did Morocco for another weekend in Africa because it's so close. It was actually super easy to go down. I did the UK for a couple of days. Like I was all over the place.
Yeah, it's really cheap to travel in Europe once you're there.
Oh yeah, like Ryanair. Like Christian, did you ever like travel with Ryanair? It's like the shittiest,
No.
cheapest like
Hell
flight
no.
company, but like it was like 20 euros round trip
Yeah.
for like certain flights.
20
It's
euros?
The only
yeah, like
the only places
ridiculous.
people were interested in going in were either fucking Ibiza or Mallorca. So like they were not as adventurous when it came to there's like one group of guys who we only had like 2 weekends off. So one group of guys went to London for like a weekend, but other than that, most people stayed in Spain or the islands.
Mm-hmm. I actually never went to the islands. I don't
Not
know
me
why.
either.
Somehow I missed those. I also did the tomato festival, the one from Zindagi Na Milegi Dubara. I did the tomato throwing festival. Did that while I was there. Very fun.
Was it crowded?
It was very crowded, and I went alone, which was fine and super fun. Into this like kind of odd in like German but of Indian descent dude like started hitting on me, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And then like and his like way of hitting on me was like smushing more tomatoes into my face. Like it was like a very weird experience.
Wait, but did he have a German accent?
Yes, but I think he also
What?
like told me at one point he was from Germany, and I was like, "You're so brown. Like I know you're not."
You're so
How do you even have like like? Does he speak German in an Indian accent, or does he speak?
No, I think like did he speak English in a German accent? I think
Or
I think-
Spanish.
Maybe, yeah. It was something
Or
very
Spanish.
like I knew he was from Germany though. Like
Wait, how were you guys? Was it in Spanish? You guys are speaking to each other? Or?
no in English.
Oh,
Yeah, but there was also this cute night where I was flirting with this guy I met at a bar who he spoke only Italian and then he didn't speak English. So then I communicated to him in Spanish and he talked to me in Italian and somehow we talked for a little while. Not very long. We flirted for like 10 minutes and then I was like, this is difficult. And then we parted ways.
respected.
Ron, can you try speaking German in an Indian accent for me?
Can I start speaking German in
Yeah.
an Indian accent?
Yeah.
I don't know any German words.
Even
I
better.
don't know Guten Tag. But how
Okay.
do you say
Yeah.
that? In,
That
how do you say that in
sounded
Indian?
kind of Indian. You did thog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm just That's
Wow.
it then. But you wait. I
So
feel you have a good Indian
inspirational.
accent. You should do it.
Good.
Why you do that? No, why you do that?
Trying to get a character.
This guy.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Ask me a
Yeah.
question I would say no to.
Are you having fun in this podcast right now?
Nein. Wunderbar.
What?
You know wunderbar? It's like that's how you say wonderful.
No.
Wunderbar.
Oh, Wunderbar. Oh, okay.
I don't think
What?
we've ever offended this many cultures at the same time.
No, I'm part of it, innit? So it's straight.
Well, there's another one
Which
right
one?
there.
Germany.
I don't know what else to say. Christian, you should say more, but you went to Spain.
I mean, yeah, but you know, my documentation of Spain has been well known, but I can always revisit it. You know, yeah, I spend most of my time in Madrid. I lived there for 6 weeks, so I definitely got attached to that city. But I do remember going to Valencia and having what I was told was authentic paella, and I don't really like seafood.
Shit.
There was no rabbit liver in it.
No, the restaurant we had it in was like 45 feet away from the ocean, so it was all
Ooh.
like seafood paella, which you know
Yeah.
I had it because you know when you're there you gotta have the authentic, or what I was told was the authentic Valencian paella. But yeah, you're right about it being a meat heavy diet.
Yeah.
Ham is really huge there. Not like the kind of ham where we have here, but like
The Italian ham.
yeah, it's more like that where it's all like thin sliced and cured and like there's different sides of that stuff. But my favorite thing that I like really learned to love while I was there was chorizo, which is also meat, but it's also
You mean
like really
chorito?
heavy.
Chorizo slaps, man.
Did you say chorizo? Were
Yeah.
you trying to do the C?
Yeah. Did it work? Is that
Did
right?
Yeah, that was really good. But did you ever get the cerveza con limón? Did you ever have that from like the bars?
Yeah, dude, that should come to America. That shit was fire.
I've explained it before, but basically it's light beer and then you have like lemon soda in it, sort of.
Yeah.
Bro,
I was told it was lemonade. I don't know if it's lemon soda or lemonade.
Yeah, kind of. It's like
like Mike's Hard.
Yeah, but no, it's like lemon Fanta. It's like lemon Fanta that they put in there almost.
Oh.
Which they don't sell in the US.
Yeah.
You have to import it from Europe.
There is that like Spanish or Mexican soda that is like lemon flavored, kind
Yeah.
of like what you're talking about, right? What is it called?
It's like
Jarritos?
Jarritos or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess they,
Like
they
in the
just put that in
like
beer.
the glass bottle?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
glass
not
one, yeah.
alcoholic though, right?
No,
No,
but
but-
I guess
but-
it's like something similar that they put in beer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but so when you make the cerveza con limón, it's like a, I don't know what to call it, but just like a mug of, and it's like 80% light beer, and then the other like 20% you put in lemon soda, and then, bro, I swear, and it was like €1, if that, for everything, bro.
Yeah,
it was so
it was like
cheap.
€1.50. Like
Yeah.
it was so cheap. Like it was cheaper to get that than to get water. Like I drank so much alcohol in Europe because it was literally the same price as water, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
like if I'm gonna pay for it anyway.
That's hype.
And then that's the other difference is like dining out. Like you have to pay for water most of the time, and the tipping process where you don't have to tip there. Usually, like if you eat by yourself or like with one or two people, you don't have to tip. But obviously, if you're like in a large group, you have like what they have here, where you have like the tip already calculated into your bill. They have that there too. I mean, you can always leave a tip, but it's not as expected as it is here, where if you don't tip under 20%, you're a dickhead or something like that. You know.
Wait, Matthew, weren't you a waitress?
I am. I mean, I went back over Thanksgiving. I was still waitressing.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
I got it. Yeah, they I was such a good waitress that they took me back for a week.
So they were just understaffed, or?
Yeah, they were just understaffed. But you know what?
We don't look at it like
Karan,
that.
you can just never come back to that restaurant again. Okay, thanks.
Make sure we put a non-compete argument in our contract with My Three so that you can't work it for anybody else other than us. Okay.
Yeah. Unless Nike wants to sponsor me, which they
Ooh.
won't. But if they want to, I'm going to.
No, you need us for that stepping stone to get to Nike.
Yeah.
That's what I heard
Yeah.
from
Oh,
other
true,
people.
true.
Yeah.
I have to
That's
start
what people.
somewhere.
That's what people say. Like,
Yeah. We know Mr. Nike, so you know you
Mr.
pays to know
Nike.
people. Yeah.
Actually, I retract my statement because if you work with a, like if you waitress with a speaker taped to your back, that's more listens for us still.
I feel like
Ooh.
she'll get fired from there as soon as she walked through the door with her speaker on her back.
No, but they like her so much, so they keep bringing her back for Thanksgiving break.
I feel like our detraction is heavier than their appreciation of her.
Wait, she can just play it from the restaurant surround speaker then. She doesn't have to carry it
oh
on
my
her back.
god, we can ruin
It
everyone's
kind of
experience.
has a vibe. I don't know if podcasts are like the classy vibes.
What if we do
Oh, we'll make it the
ASMR?
vibe.
What do you mean? I just spoke.
ASMR.
I just spoke German in an Indian accent. That's classier than anything.
Wait, why did you go back there for Thanksgiving break? Just like to make a quick buck, or you just?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I just knew that like holidays are kind of pricey, and I'm in theory I'm saving up for this month-long trip of South Asia that I will take my 4th year of med school when life is a lot more chill. But that's a long time away. We'll see if this happens.
Where in South Asia are you planning to go?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like yeah, I honestly don't know. Like I really want to do like Vietnam, Cambodia.
So like Southeast
that.
Asia.
Yeah, Southeast Asia. Yeah.
No.
And then like in theory Thailand, but I feel like Thailand is so like exciting that it could be its own trip. So I kind of want to do some of the smaller countries that I may not get to later in life, and just kind of do them all in like 1 month, because I've heard it's like once you get to Southeast Asia, I've heard it's like pretty cheap to like travel
Get
within
around.
the countries.
Yeah. I feel like you
So-
should definitely go to Angkor Wat in Cambodia. I think you would really like it.
Yeah, no, I think I would too. I'm trying to convince like friends to come join me for like week increments. But we'll see how that goes too, because no one's really given me their availability for like March 2024.
Going back to waitressing for a second, do you have any like terrible waitressing experiences or like just funny stories? I guess like people ask for like weird stuff on their steak or something. They ask for like mustard
Any
or something. I don't
German
know.
Indian customers there too?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I love my brown people, but I do not love brown people who are incessantly rude and like demanding and then don't tip. Like after I started waitressing, me and my parents had to like sit down and have a talk about tipping, and like now I firmly believe that if you had like at least a semi decent waitress, like that girl gets 20% or that boy gets 20%. But I also realized that like my tolerance for like lack of anything is like very low. Like now if I have like a really subpar like waiter or waitress, I'm like, no, I know your job is hard, but you could put a smile on that face. Like so I feel like it's given me kind of like a two-edged or a two-sided coin or whatever, where like I'm a lot more tolerant of like mistakes and stuff, because I get that there's a lot of shit going on, and like a lot more tolerant of like tardiness and lateness, but like I hate like people in the service industry who like have zero emotion, which is fair. Like some people don't do that job because they like it. Like I enjoy it, but like some people really do it because they don't really have other options, and that's kind of like their livelihood, but it's not something they actually enjoy. I just feel like my patience with that is a lot lower.
That's
But I
funny.
don't know if I have any like crazy stories. I once had like these like 70-year-old like old men from Spain like try to hit on me in the restaurant, but then it was actually for their grandson. And I was like, this is interesting.
They were hitting on you for their grandson?
Kind of like at first
Was
they
he
hit on me
German?
and I was like,
I finally found you.
yeah, after so many years. No. I don't know if any. I will say like there's also like rumor in the restaurant business where like people of ethnic origin sometimes don't tip as high, but like one time I had this really nice like Hispanic family who tipped me like 50% on their meal like
Oh my
during
God.
Christmas.
That's
And it
nice.
was like a $250 meal.
Whoa.
Dude, that's
Oh.
hype.
And so yeah, it was so hype. And then I went back to the kitchen and I was like, ha, look at this, all of you like discriminatory fools. Like I just got tipped $100.
That's the nicest way to say a racist. You discriminatory fools.
That's so polite.
That's hype.
I mean, that is 20%.
Did you ever drop anything?
Yeah, oh my god. This time when I was waitressing, I dropped 2 trays in the same day. I waitressed like 8 shifts during Thanksgiving break, and I literally in one morning, just on one day, dropped 2 entire trays of like plates and like bowls and shit. I was like, what is happening?
What does that conversation look like? Oh, so you dropped it like while you were taking it out, right? And then you go back to the...
One was while I was taking it out, and then the other was while I was bringing it back.
Oh.
So do people just
That's
does the
not the
chef or
same
like the
tray.
manager just like look at you and be like fuck you, or like what? How does that go?
Yeah,
No,
they like
not
Hell's
really.
Kitchen back there.
No. I feel like so
they,
the
put
one
a, they put a sandwich bread on her.
and he's like, what does he call them?
He's like,
What
"What
are
are
you
you
sandwich?"
Yeah, I think it's sandwich. No, people are really nice. So I dropped like the plate that I was taking out was actually the reason I dropped it was because it was actually really light. Like there was only one plate on it, and so it was actually imbalanced. So like when I made a turn, it kind of like moved, whereas like normally when it's like stacked with plates, it doesn't move. But so it moved, and so I lost balance. And it fell like on a customer.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really bad. But the guy was so nice and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, can I just get a couple of napkins?" I was like, "Yeah, you can." And so I like went back and got him a couple napkins, and he was super understanding. And there was like a table who was sitting there nearby. And after I finished cleaning up, he like gestured at me and was like, "I just want you to know that like shit happens in life, and you're fine. Just like brush it off." And I was like,
Damn.
"Thank you. This is so
That's good, Mom.
kind."
Shout out to
That's
that guy.
nice.
I can't believe he
Yeah.
tipped 50% after that.
Not that one, probably. That man probably got his whole meal comped by a manager, but you know, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess you didn't lose any money, right? So fuck it.
Running it back to your experiences with other countries and stuff, you talked about Morocco, which I thought was interesting because one of my professors, I say she's a professor, she was like 3 years older than me. She was like in grad school. Her boyfriend was from Morocco, and it was really interesting because he spoke, I think, like 6 different languages. From what she told me is that Morocco is like this huge melting pot in Europe, where because it's right on the tip of Africa, right? So
Yeah, I think it's still technically in Africa. I don't think it's
Yeah.
considered Europe, but it's like it's very close to Europe. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, so I know I don't know. I'm pretty sure their main language there is Arabic, and but because they're so close to Spain, they have so many Spanish speakers there, and there's a lot of like immigrants from Morocco into Spain, and there's a lot, and they also have traveled like a lot to. I think she said that he also speaks like Italian, Portuguese, English, and French.
Mhm.
Did they speak a lot of French there? Or I might be wrong. I have no idea.
I mean,
know a lot
it's
of
not
I know
as
a lot
big.
of French people of Moroccan descent from like sports, but I don't know if it was just them.
I mean,
moving
that's
to French,
that's
but
kind of just like all of Northern Africa.
Yeah.
But I was curious as to like when you went to Morocco, like what kind of languages did you hear while you were there?
Yeah, I definitely heard a lot. Like I feel like I went into a lot of like small shops, like artisanal shops,
Mhm.
and they spoke like so many languages. Like I heard them talk to us in English, like locals in Arabic, other tourists in like French. Like
Mhm.
they really do speak like a ton of languages there. It was super cool. They're very, very talented, and they're very like tourist oriented, especially like so we went to Marrakesh, which is like its tourism is like one of its biggest like draws, and so like they definitely speak a lot of languages there, especially the people who work in the hostels and like in the restaurants and stuff.
So what was your favorite country out of all the other ones you visited besides Spain, or favorite place?
I think honestly Morocco probably had like the most interesting memories, and it was like the most unique out of all of them, so probably that one. I had 2 marriage proposals while I was there for one weekend. Very interesting. One was from our cab driver. The other one was from
The
one of
German
our
guy?
hostel owners.
Oh,
the
the German guy proposed to you?
No.
No, he just mashed a tomato in her face. That was really
No.
affection.
But they're very poetic people. Like the cab driver,
Mm.
the way he supposedly proposed to me was he told me I have the eyes of his future wife, and I was like, oh, very nice. It was very beautiful.
So
Oh,
nice.
that's kind of smooth.
Yeah.
Didn't work though.
But no.
Oh, for once.
But it was honestly like a super beautiful country too. We also did a lot of fun stuff. Like we had this one day where we were camel riding and then ATV like through the desert, and then the next day I think we were on this like tour of like a nearby waterfall with some like local regional I guess it wasn't really a tribe of people, but like some more like regional / local people who had been there for like multiple generations who were still living in like very traditional ways. So very cool country, full of lots of culture, and honestly pretty safe. Like there were a couple times where I went with just like one female friend, so like a couple people told us to kind of be careful with like what we were doing and stuff, just because this was also shortly after. I think this was around the time that there was that thing about the American tourist girl who like went to Morocco and like got in trouble. I don't remember if she was like killed or kidnapped or something, but there was something like very dramatic that had happened at that time too.
Mm-hmm.
But it ended up being a pretty safe place for us. But there was like a little bit of catcalling, but
Yeah.
How was the food there?
oh, it was good. It was good food. Yeah, it was even as a vegetarian, it was really good food. Like they definitely have a lot of meat-based products as well, but like they have this I can't remember this exactly right, but I'm pretty sure this is either the name of the dish or it's the name of like the ceramic pot that you cook it in, which is why it's like named that. But I think it's not tagine because that's the spice, but it's something very similar to tagine. But like they would like cook like either meats or veggies in it, and it was just like very aromatic, very good food.
I'm hungry.
So which was the worst country?
Did you say which was the worst country I visited?
Yeah, sorry, I never finished my sentence because Harsha just said I'm
Oh,
hungry. But yeah, which was the worst country that you went to?
The worst country?
Or the least best, if you want to think of it like that.
The
No, the
least
worst.
best.
The
no,
worst.
no, don't think of it like that. Don't think of it like that.
The least best. The least best.
I want to put my money on the UK.
Oh no, my family lives in the UK, so that was pretty fun.
Oh, you live in the UK? That's cool.
Yeah, my dad's sister and her kids live in the UK.
That's hype, innit?
Do they have British accents?
Yeah, they do. It's very annoying when we all get together and I sound like this.
Do you
and they're
do you like oh, do you want water?
Water.
Do you want
Yeah.
water? I get that shit every
Water,
time.
and they're like,
Water.
water. My dad has two sisters, and one lives in London, and the other one lives in New Zealand. So all their kids have
Oh,
amazing
shit.
accents,
Oh.
and I just sound
What the hell?
stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, can you do a New Zealand accent for us?
No, I think my New Zealand accent is the same as my British. It just goes water. Like
Wait, Haran, can you do a New Zealand accent?
No, I don't. I mean, I know one person from New Zealand because I guess my also family that on my mom's side, I have a family in that lives in Britain and also another cousin that lives in New Zealand. But she's from Malaysia, but she married a New Zealander, so I can't replicate his accent, but it is quite interesting.
Wait, so how do they
Yeah.
pronounce your name?
well, like since they're my family, they pronounce it they need my like my
Oh,
three.
okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I get absolutely violated every time I see my British family. They always just like roast at the way I speak.
Yeah, mine do too. They're like, why do you say things like that? I'm like, oh my god, you're like 24. You know how this works. Like, oh, you asked my least favorite country.
Hmm.
It was really pretty, but I think my least favorite country was Amsterdam.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. It was like really, really fun.
That's not what I was saying. I was thinking because
Shut up. I know what you're
That's not what I was
trying to do
thinking.
there. I
No,
know
no, I
what
wasn't-
you're
I
trying to do, man.
I did.
I saw
look,
your
the-
face.
No. The reason I was thinking that is because a couple episodes ago we had Pranav on who was talking about how he would like to go settle down in Amsterdam at some point or like live there for a little bit. So
Mm. No, I
So
mean,
he's
it
wrong.
Was, it was awesome.
yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah, I think mine was more like the personal choices I made in Amsterdam did not
Huh.
leave me feeling
In the red
the
light
best
district.
Lots
at
of
all
drugs.
times. I don't know what you're talking about. That's absolutely not what I said.
Wow, she even knows how to answer. She even knows how to answer those questions. Perfect.
Also, I don't know. It's just kind of like there. Like all the other countries I went to felt like pretty magical. Like we went to Prague too during like the Christmas markets, and that was like super awesome. But yeah, Amsterdam was like it was very nice, and I think the people there are super nice. But it's I think between like the red light district and like the large amount of available recreational drugs, it's not where I would want to spend a lot of my time.
That's what they all say.
Going back to the camel riding thing, how was that? Are camels stinky?
That's your question?
I guess, but like not like to an extent where I was sitting on this camel and all I could think about was that he was stinky. Like I'm sure if I was like concentrating on his stink, like sure.
No, please don't answer this question too seriously.
How many humps did your camel have?
I did too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No further questions.
About the camels.
Obviously, you're leaving out one great adventure you had where you actually came to my hometown over the summer.
Yes, sandwich.
Yeah. It was really funny because I was at Harsha's party. And she was like, "Oh, I just came back from vacation." I was like, "Oh, where did you go?" She said sandwich, and I said, "Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?" And she was like, "No, really." I was like, "No, really. Shut the fuck up." And she was like, "No, I went to the glassblowing museum." And I was like, "What the fuck? That's half a mile from my house. What the fuck? Nobody ever knows about that. What the fuck? You wizard. What happened?"
You like blew Christian's mind.
And I was in Virginia. I was like, the one time that anybody is ever relatively close to where I live, I'm not there. What a travesty.
Oh, that's actually kind of sad.
Hey
What did
man,
you
shut
think
up.
of sandwich?
Shut up.
I mean, sandwiches. Honestly, all we did was like drive from, like, I think our hotel was somewhere like in between Cape Cod and Sandwich, so we just drove to Sandwich for the
Mhm.
Glass Museum and then went to Cape Cod. So we didn't spend a lot of time there, but I mean, the Glass Blowing Museum was very pretty. They had a scavenger hunt for kids, and me and my sister self-defined ourselves as children, so we got to do the scavenger hunt, which was really fun. And then my mom wanted to win this like $400 sculpture of glass, so she bought some raffle tickets. And they never contacted us, so I guess we never won.
Damn, that's
Damn,
fun.
what's a scam?
That blows.
This-
It was, I mean, raffles. Raffles are scams.
Want to say that
I
again?
never win them.
Christian?
No.
No, I think you say it again.
No. In
No,
my
just up
opinion,
the
the
volume.
glass
Mike,
blows.
Mike, you didn't hear it.
The glass blows.
Did you see a lot of subways there?
I actually saw no sandwich shops. Of
All the
any
shops in Sandwich are sandwich shops.
Would you be redundant?
Are you done?
Sorry. Yeah.
I thought it was funny though when I told you, and you were like, "I'm from there," and I was like, "No, he's not." I was like, "Christian's lying."
You know,
I was
it's like the other way
"Aw."
around.
Yeah.
For sure. His mind was blown. Now your mind's blown.
Christian, what do you think of the Glass Blowing Museum? You like it?
I'm envious of the glass sometimes, but it's just worth. It's the. I don't know why I would like. Why? Listen, because I've seen it like a bunch. Like it gets old for me because it's just glass. Like it's cool.
Oh, they
But,
don't
like,
show the blowing?
I mean, listen, I haven't been there in probably 15 fucking years, but like,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's different colored glass is cool, but like, other than that, the fucking whatever weird documentary we watched on glass blowing and all that kind of shit, bro, I just was like, okay, that's enough glass blowing I ever need to see in my entire life.
What stood out to you? Why was that like on your things to see there?
Yeah,
That you, like,
Oh,
Kind of
it's because
fucking-
so over the summer I went to visit my cousins in Seattle, and we went to the what's it called, the Chihuly Museum there, which is like a bunch of glass blowing as well. And I thought it was super dope. So then when I found out that there was one like while we were in Massachusetts, I wanted to take my parents to see it because they're into stuff like that, like artsy and crafty kind of like niche skills based
Mhm.
things. Like they like demos, and they actually had a demo. Like I don't know
Oh,
if this was there when you ever went to the museum, but they have like demos on the hour. So he made a nice glass, and then it was funny because this guy in the audience was like, "Are you gonna sell that?" And he was like, "Yeah, it goes in the gift." She goes, "I want to buy that."
you think it was on auction?
It's like when you go to the
Sorry,
deli.
$5, you get DVD, $10.
Yeah, he
Uh.
thought it was a very memorable experience for his children to have forever. So he's gonna buy this decorative art glass that no one ever gets to drink out of or touch or see ever again.
Well, speaking of arts and crafts, I know that you and Tarun have some experience in such. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I was hoping Tarun would do this for me. So
Well, then why'd you start it?
because I thought you were gonna like pick up when I said like speaking arts and craft. I thought you'd be like that was like your side.
No, I thought you were pausing for like, I don't know, I guess dramatic
Dramatic
effect.
effect.
dramatic. I don't know. Where
Yeah,
to go from
me
here.
and my three met. I don't even know when we went to art class. It was like third, fourth grade, something like that.
I
Earlier?
think we didn't meet till like maybe early middle school, so maybe it was like sixth grade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we went to art class together.
We were both there for a very long time.
Yeah, when did you quit?
I want to say like high school, maybe like
Mhm.
freshman or like sophomore year of high school.
I think I quit. Yeah, like 8th grade or 9th grade, something like that as well. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember any funny stories from that, really. I think me and my three just had some like banter.
Yeah, I think I used to think that you had a crush on one of the other girls there, but I can't.
You're
remember.
probably right.
Yeah, I think I did briefly.
I think I remember which one I think it was too, but I don't know if you
Yeah.
want that to be revealed.
Wait, I
No,
wanna
I
know.
mean she won't listen, but also it's irrelevant to the conversation. In fact, so
I mean, Haran thinks
It's pretty relevant right now.
nah.
Wait,
she's, she's married.
would I know
now,
this
actually.
person?
She's actually married.
What?
now.
What?
Yeah.
Would I know
maybe,
this person?
No, she is married, or maybe engaged or married.
Hey,
Either
would I know this person?
Amruta?
Nah.
Yeah, dude. For all you listeners, was also in this class. Like,
Oh my god.
Wait, she
it was a
was?
squad.
Yeah, she was.
She quit early, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Are you still happy
she
about
wasn't.
it?
So what was your best art?
What was your best piece,
Uh,
Tarun?
What do you
I'm trying to
remember
think.
about art?
There's no way you remember that.
Oh, I know. I did a sick ass like phoenix in charcoal. And there was just like a lot of like I don't know how to describe it, but there was like a lot of lights and shadows that I had to do with just black and white. So it made it like pretty impressive. Like when I look back on that, like I was like, damn, how the fuck did I do that? Because I can't do that now. So actually, I remember one time it was like Mother's Day was like coming up, and then I was like on to my next like piece of art, right? So then I was like, oh, you know what? I should like draw something that my mom would like, right? So I started drawing it, and it just would not come out right, like for whatever reason. Like I just could not get the composition or like the proportions right or whatever, and then I just gave up. I was like, okay, fuck this.
And that's when you quit the
Make it-
class.
Yeah.
What was you guys like strong suit? Like what did you like prefer? Oh, what was this class? Like, can I get more background? But just like, art class?
Yeah, well, I
It
didn't know
was
you were
very-
allowed to quit a class. Like I'm still learning about what the fuck is happening here.
This wasn't a school class. This was like a outside.
I've gathered that, I think.
Okay. I think.
Yes, it was extracurricular. It was an interesting model of learning where you were given
Damn,
like
be our
a
alternate
picture,
title.
like a painting. You were given the painting, and then you had to replicate it, and that was the class. It was
So for Mother's Day, everyone was trying to
replicating.
replicate Tarun's mom. On their paintings.
Hey,
It
yo.
wasn't a portrait of my mom. It was just like it was something like pretty,
It was-
like a flower
it was probably
vase or
like
something like that.
flowers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misheard him.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to draw. Dude, I would butcher that like to hell, man. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
that reminds me. One time I drew like a dude fishing, and I fucked up his back or something like that, and it definitely looked off. But like, what can you do, right? I was a child in it. Maythree and like Amrita and like whoever else was in there just destroyed me. Just like completely, just like shat on my drawing, like left or right, like it was
There's
crazy.
no way you remember that I was a part of that.
No, I
Yeah, you do.
specifically remember because I even remember exactly what drawing it was, and I could probably even pull it up. Actually, yeah, I should take a picture of it and post it to the Instagram. After,
Wait, really?
but yeah, I think I have it in my closet over here. But
Damn, you got the
Yeah, it's
you got the
because, you know
Carfax
what,
on
I
you,
was
man.
actually-
Like,
I was
damn.
actually I was ganged up on a lot in that class because I was like the only dude, like most of the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If there was another dude, it'd be like a little kid. Yeah.
And look at you now
Tur-
making artwork for our podcast. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck those
The
doubters.
Tarun takes out that drawing of the dude fishing, and there's just like tears on the the thing. 'cause he knows he's-
That's what's inspired by, he's actually fishing in the river of Tarun's tears.
Oh my god.
You should
Wait,
use
so-
an eyedropper. Just put some tears
Yeah.
on the paper.
I feel like you
Dramatic
can't make
effect.
these jokes because you actually
Yeah.
made him cry, so it's kind of messed up.
No, I didn't cry for my
I didn't
class.
make him
No, no, no.
cry. Unless he cried at home, but that's not.
That's not my problem, then.
But it was funny because like I literally didn't see Tarun for like another like many years, and then
Mhm.
like I think I saw him again for like the first time when all of us at Tech, or like he came over to visit UVA. It was like multiple years I hadn't seen this human.
Mhm. I pulled up me and my three's messenger chats, like Facebook. And on September 28th, this is our first text. In all caps, she just put, "Did you quit?"
I was angered.
And then I said,
What
"Yeah,
I-
I might like come only over like breaks and stuff, or every once in a while." And then she said, "You hate me that much? Ouch." I
I
said,
was an angsty teen.
I said, "Nah, man." And then she said, "I know. Who can hate me?" And I said, "Everyone." And then she said, "Shut up."
And then he never talked to her till freshman year of college.
Oh my goodness.
we had such a shit conversation. Oh my god. She said, "Shut up." I said, "No."
You want to hear a never before probably never before revealed secret that I think brings a lot of context to that conversation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's like, I don't remember exactly, but I think there's a chance I had a crush on Tarun at that point in my life.
What?
Let's go.
Holy shit, this is huge for the money. Let's go. That's such a weird reaction.
No, but I mean, like, I thought it was just hated. That whole article. You actually don't understand the dynamic, bro. It's all
All's
women
fair
there,
in love
all
and war,
women.
you know?
I also think I expressed like emotion through sass at that point in
Yeah.
my life. Like I was
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like
I
middle
was,
school,
like,
right?
very
So,
sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We didn't know any better. Damn.
So what was the final straw? Not for your crush on Tarun, but for you guys to quit the art class. What was like, oh, I can't do this shit anymore.
I think mine was like I just like didn't have time in my schedule, and I don't think it was really like improving my skills at that point anymore. Like I wasn't getting much out of it. I don't know what it was for Tarun.
Yeah, I think it was about the same for me. I mean, like, this art class was like 30 minutes away, and Saturday mornings my parents would have to like drive me there, and I think that was one thing. And then like that was added on to the fact that like I felt like I had learned as much as I could learn there. Like I think what I mainly learned is like how to use different like mediums. So like I use like pastels and colored pencils and charcoal and like all these different things, which is fun. And then after I was like, okay, well now I'm just like I'm not even making anything. I'm just like copying shit. So yeah.
I really expected you to just say bullying, but I'm glad that wasn't a factor in your dismissal.
I hope that wasn't a factor. I wonder if I could go through with
I hope
back,
to.
like with like my text with like Amrita back in like 2013 or whatever, and just maybe I talked to her about it. Who knows?
A mystery to be solved.
She'd be like, would we just like, you be like, stop bullying me? She's like, shut up. Like, okay.
Well, she actually, I'll expose her here. She had this weird thing. She kept on saying Tunga. Like there was.
Wait,
do
I
you remember that?
this. Yeah.
No.
Unlocked
That's
in
like-
memory.
I don't know
Oh
if it was
my
weird, but it
God.
was just like why, you know? But like there was like this kid there who's like a cute kid, and Amrita and this kid would always like sit next to each other, and like I think it was like a big sister little brother type vibe.
Hey,
I guess I don't
Yeah.
fucking
get on it.
And this kid would always say like weird shit, I guess, or they made up like this word together, like tunga, and they just go around. I would say something to her, like ask a question, like, can you pass me that pencil or something? And she'd be like, tunga.
Oh my gosh. This was like a forgotten memory in my head
Yeah.
that like was
Yeah.
just resurfaced.
Amrita just became like an 80-year-old when she entered that classroom.
And it's funny because I feel like I can remember her saying it, and then you know how Amrita does that laugh afterward where she's like she thinks she said something so silly and she just like laughs to herself. Like it's this very distinct Amrita laugh.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what she did.
Harsha, can you change your contact name to that?
Like randomly tomorrow, I'll just say that word and see how she reacts.
Yeah, record
eyes,
that.
like, light
Record that. I
up.
want to see that. I want to see what she says.
Wait, you should. That sounds funny. I feel like you should.
I'll do it.
Exclusive content.
And then you should put it on the Insta as a preview.
Ooh,
Great
damn,
manager
she
tips.
That's that managerial, thoughts.
Managerial thoughts.
New segment.
He said managerial so loudly and it's thoughts.
You forgot. You didn't want. You didn't want to get that far.
You
with
just
what
wanted to say
you
manager.
Well, it looks like we finished this masterpiece of an episode. We want to thank Maitri for coming on. We had a really fun time talking to you about traveling. Now I'm going to start trying to run 0.2 miles, start training now. So, appreciate the tips. But yeah, we want to thank you for coming on. Is there anything you want to plug? Your Instagram or like a message?
I'm new to Instagram, so I kind of forget what my handle is. I think it's either _MaterTater or MaterTater_. But thanks for having me. I don't usually get to sit around for like an hour and just talk to humans about random things. So this was very fun.
Definitely. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Tunga.
Yeah, we definitely want to thank Maitri for coming on. Whatever her handle is, it'll be on our Instagram, so you can go check her out over there. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this episode, make sure you check us out on. We got Apple Music, Spotify. Oh, it's not Apple Music; it's Apple Podcasts, YouTube, anywhere where you get your podcast, we're there. But yeah, that'll wrap us up for this week, and we hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you all next week. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Everyone. Tunga.